Only problem that white can face here, and white is facing right now, is that you have a light square bishop and your pawn is getting promoted on a dark square. So if somehow this king, the black king, manages to go on these two squares, that is g7 and h8, then black can easily draw the game. And if as white you are able to stop the king from going on to these two squares, then the game is completely yours. So yeah, let us see. You just cannot play any random moves with the king, because if you play anything, the king will simply go to g1, and which attacks your pawn, and the pawn is gone. So the only thing that you can play here is with the bishop, so that you can free up some squares for your pawn to move forward. And the thing is, the first thing that can come to any chess player's mind is that let's use the bishop as a bait. You might want to play your bishop to, let's say, g2, and now you're thinking, okay, if the bishop takes, I'm going to just push the pawn and it will be a win. But the thing is, black will not take the bishop. Black will simply play king to e3, and now you might think, okay, let's push the pawn, and now the king will simply go to f4. You push the pawn, and now king will attack your pawn, and now you're saying, okay, I'm going to play bishop f3, my pawn is well protected, and I am going to use the king. But here's the thing, this king lands on the h8 square, and that's a dark squares, and so you will never have the option of removing that king from the corner. You can never remove that king, and you have to settle for a stalemate. So yeah, bishop g2 here again doesn't work. Any other moves with the bishop, let's say you just want to play this move, let's try playing bishop e6, then in that case again same thing, king will go to e3, you push the pawn, king goes here, again your king will go there, and now you push the pawn, you're saying, okay, you can take my bishop, I'll promote. But the thing is, here black will play king to f6. Look at that, getting inside the box, and no matter what you do, um, let's say you push the pawn, then this king will simply come here, and now after you play bishop here, the king will stand on that square. So in this position, if you can visualize one thing, and after king f6, if you somehow control these squares and it will be black's turn, then it will be winning. So right now your bishop cannot go to e8, right? So now I think you know the move. So instead of bishop e6, what should we play is bishop to d7. Now what is that move doing? Let's say, okay, obviously if the king tries to attack, then we just push the pawn. And now in this case, if king tries to follow up with the same tactic, that will not work, because after this situation you just play bishop e8, and now look at that, suddenly the king has nowhere to go. Like, it has to go somewhere on these green squares, which simply helps you to promote the pawn. So now the king can never approach, and it is black's turn. Black